Sure. I think from our perspective, um, especially in our district, perhaps with 15 different counties, we have a variety or the full spectrum of politics at play from a partisan perspective, kind of from very liberal Democrats to very conservative Republicans. And we find that water is probably the only, or maybe one of the only issues that unites folks across the spectrum. And we feel like in order to get through to some of the voters who may not follow water issues as closely as those of us involved in the water world think they should, we thought we would really use the help of elected officials, both at the county and state level. And so we did spend quite a bit of time informing them, educating them about what the needs were, both in the water world at large, but also within our district finances. And we just thought it was really critical to have those endorsements, those support. We were relatively successful. We got a vast majority of our elected officials signed off in either in their official capacity as a full board of county commissioners or sometimes just individual members. But we think that helped with their leadership bring voters along on the question. Sure. I would say with the elected officials, oftentimes, well, I will say this, over the past 3 years since coming into the office, my current position, I have hit the road, and I've spent a lot of time personally meeting with all of our elected officials, both at the state, federal, and the county level, and not solely with the intent to pass a mill levy, but that certainly was in the back of my mind, an increase. And so building those personal relationships was important. In areas where we could identify a greater resistance to any form of tax, we actually enlisted, I think, what the internet today would call influencers. None of these people had blogs or were on Instagram influencing consumer products, but we really were able to draw and create what I would call a power map of some of the tougher constituencies in our district, and understand who in those communities was really key to get that support. I can tell you, for instance, Mesa County, it's no secret that Mesa is very conservative. They don't really like new taxes. And so we reached out to a number of high-profile business and community leaders, and one-on-one spent time educating them about the issues and the needs, and then asked them for their support in behind the scenes and talking to the elected officials, actually talking to their friends on the Chamber of Commerce and in Mesa County, the Grand Junction Economic Partnership. And so before we ever asked the county officials for their endorsement, we actually got the business community behind us, and knowing that was important for political cover or pressure, if you will. So that it worked. We had 2 of the 3 commissioners individually come out as supporters of the measure, and I think that wouldn't have happened without the support of the business community. And I think the business community understood the importance of water because they understand their tourism and their agricultural industries all depend on clean, healthy, vibrant supplies of water and healthy rivers. So it was